Serious Minds are in TV. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Serious Minds, seriously. Peace. You are now listening to Serious Minds are in TV with your host, Professor Griff. The call-in number is 5. You are now listening to Serious Minds are in TV with your host, Professor Griff. The call-in number is 516-654-7688. That's 516-654-7688. This is Professor Griff, and this is Serious Minds are in TV. Serious Minds for Serious Minds. Seriously. You are now listening to Serious Minds are in TV with your host, Professor Griff. The Serious Minds Brain Tonic was created to sharpen the mind by protecting cells and increasing neurotransmitters associated with learning and memory. This is the Serious Minds Brain Tonic. The Resurrection Formula. This male reproductive tonic elixir is the resurrection you've been looking for. It is a stimulating sexual tonic with mild androgen-like effects that is nourishing to the reproductive system. You can order them at www.professorgriff.me and www.seriousmindsinstitute.com. Just call 678-557-2919. Your health is your wealth. Peace. One. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. All right, greetings, family. How's everyone doing? It's Professor Griff. Of course, y'all already know. How's everyone on IG? Hope everyone is doing all right. All right, Quan, what's good with you? All right. Shout out to the Serious Minds family. All right. It's nice to be back in front of these microphones again. I'm trying to get on a little bit more often. All right. Just kind of, yeah. Great filibuster said he's still on the clock, but he's here. All right. Thank you always for your support, good bro. Really appreciate that. If you would like to advertise your event or your business right here on Serious Minds RNTV, please do so by hitting me up at 678-557-2919. Gerald, what's good with you? Quan says she is maintaining. If you would like to purchase my brain tonic, that's the Serious Minds Brain Tonic, or the Resurrection Formula, as you saw in the commercial before we came on, please hit me up at that same phone number, 678-557-2919, or you can just go order it directly. Go to my site, www.professorgriff.me. All right, Mr. Derek Bailey, what's happening with you? All right, today we got a very interesting subject. A subject that I am not really surprised about, knowing what I know about racism, white supremacy, knowing what I know about the 9 areas of people activity that Dr. Francis Cress Welsing laid out for us that we would experience racism, white supremacy. And then we included the 10th one, which is the health field, all right, which we're seeing that on a daily and consistent basis. All right. But this gun world, this whole idea of firearms safety, firearms instruction, it's a very critical thing. So please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share, fam. Do not forget to hit the bell so you can receive instant notifications when they allow it. All right. Am I right about that, Quan? All right, cool. All right. The idea, great filibuster. Thank you very much for your donation. Really appreciate that, bruh. All right. Peace to everyone joining in the chat room. Please make sure you hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. All right. So let's dive into this subject real quick. There was a Las Vegas event happening, a CCW event that was happening. And there was a guest speaker. All right. So when it was sent to me, I just said to myself, okay, well, let me kind of look into it and see like what's happening. Nefi Kaliki, all right, I believe an Afghan, and the only reason why I'm calling the man's religion out simply because I think this is what he went on to say in reference to him being a minority and that gives him the pass to say whatever he wants to about black people. So he is a Afghani Muslim. All right. So we're going to play the clip and then we'll just kind of dive into the subject and you guys kind of let me know what you think. This is something that came across my radar and I just said to myself, okay, this is something I probably more than likely, hold on for a second, more than likely would have to deal with, like, all right. Wanted to create some space, man. All right. Anyway, so let's dive into the subject and then let's see what this individual is actually talking about. All right. Okay. Here we go. All right, let's see. This was in Nevada.
Firearm safety is no joke. Stop the fucking line.
Nefi Kaliki, an instructor at a Las Vegas concealed carry weapon event, gave a presentation where he lampooned gun safety.
The rules are different for races, right?
Kaliki presented a slide of firearm safety for black people in which a caricature of a black man, presumably in a gang, with a bandana over his face, in baggy jeans and a tank top, holds a gun cocked sideways. He goes on to list racist rules for black gun owners.
Always shoot the gun right side up. Always lick the chili grease off your fingers before shooting. Always make sure there's a white person around so you have someone to blame for everything that goes wrong in your life. And always aim for small children to ensure you actually get another gang member.
Kaliki, an Afghan American who describes himself as a former Las Vegas bounty hunter and a political black ops consultant against corrupt Democrats, responded to the online backlash by saying his background as a Muslim Afghan basically gives him a free pass. In another portion of his class, he reinforced stereotypes of Muslims by making it a laughing matter.
I don't even wear this on airplanes. Because it's not because I'm ashamed of my culture. It's because my cousins may or may not have been involved in some shit.
Many laughed, but some cringed. The event's special guests included Republican U.S. Senate candidate Sherelle Mendenhall and Nevada governor candidate Joe Gilbert, with a video message on the Second Amendment by Donald Trump Jr.
Firearm safety is no joke.
All right. Okay. Before you'll hear from me, please let me know what you think. And you're right, Quan. Why are they laughing? And why does this seem, why is this a laughing matter? I'm just curious. Let me see. Nevada gun event makes racist jokes about firearm safety for black people. All right. A firearm instructor in Nevada held a racist segment during a concealed carry weapons, which is CCW event, telling black people to lick the chicken grease off their fingers before shooting. Lick the chicken grease off your fingers before shooting. Jay Belcher, what's good with you, bro? So lick the chicken grease off your fingers before shooting? I'm processing that. All right, give me a minute. Vegas CCW instructor Nefi Kaliki made the controversial comments during an event at the Clark County Library on April 10th, where Republican candidates were listed as special guests. Republican candidates, okay. Among those listed as special guests was former Nevada and U.S. Senate candidate Sherrell Mendenhall and Nevada governor candidate Joey Gilbert. A video of the controversial part of the class was shared on Twitter by 443,000 followers strong account Parrot Takes, which called the segment racist. In the clip, Kaliki tried to attempt at humor and said firearm rules are different for races, right? And this is what he said. He later showed he showed a slide of a black man, implied that the fact that I guess he must have been a gang member and holding a gun sideways. All right. Repeated the bullet points, which read as follows: always shoot the gun right side up. So I guess my firearms, I'm gonna clear it. All right. Clear. All right. So I guess the gentleman was holding the gun this way. All right. So Kaliki, an Afghan Muslim minority, I guess, I don't know, always lick the chicken grease off your fingers before shooting. Always make sure there's a white person around so you can have someone to blame for everything that goes wrong in your life. Always aim for small children to ensure you actually hit another gang member. Now he's talking about black people now. So Nathaniel Lee L, peace, what's good with you, bro? This is why black people in gun clubs need to speak to one another, all right? And as our elders and our ancestors have always said, we need to come together because all of us need to raise our voices and speak against this kind of madness, all right? Now, I don't know how many people are going to hear this, and I don't know how many people are going to hear this and then take some kind of decisive action, all right? Kaliki was later criticized online over the attempt at humor, leading the firearms instructor to address the controversy in a Monday Twitter post. The Afghan American said, people got equally roasted in my class at the library last Sunday. I am a minority, FYI. What? Keep my emotions intact. What is that supposed to mean? That's supposed to give you the pass because you are a minority? All right. First of all, Mr. Kaliki, black people are not the minority. We're the majority people. I'm going to say that again in English in case some of you. Okay. All right, Quan. No, I'm keeping my emotions intact. I'm going to facilitate a conversation. We are the majority on the planet. All right. Okay. He then shared an earlier part of this segment where he lampooned white people using a picture of the stereotypical hillbilly to illustrate his point. Kaliki shared another clip from the same event on Wednesday where he spoke about his own background and being associated with terrorists. So basically what you're saying, but because you may wear a scarf that's probably made in China, that a lot of people, Afghanis, wear because of the sandstorms in Saudi Arabia and different parts of the world. But because you wear a scarf, because your name is Kaliki, because you're Afghan, because, I don't know, whatever reason you feel you're a minority, I guess, and you consider yourself, whatever you consider yourself, this shit ain't funny, bro. I'm just going to tell you straight up, man. This is not funny. All right. He added, look, I think racism's funny, because in order to be a racist, you got to be so ignorant. Because to me, racism is about fear. This is what he says. He says racism is about fear. Well, I want to ask you, Mr. Kaliki, whose fear? Whose fear and whose ignorance? If racism is about whose fear? Who is fearful when it comes to this, the whole dynamic of racism? I want to control you because I'm afraid that if you are left to your own devices, you will rise above me and you will be my ruler. All right? So I'm calling on all the black gun clubs, male and female, to raise your voice. All right? And raise the energy level when it comes to this kind of madness, because if you don't check it now, this virus and this disease right here is going to spread. All right? And if we don't deal with it now, we're going to be dealing with it later on. All right? And you're right. Racism is never funny when it's backed up by violence and terror. All right? Never. In a statement to Newsweek, Mendenhall said that she spoke briefly at the event. I support Nevadians obtaining the SCCW, so I agree to speak at the event. I gave a quick speech supporting the First and Second Amendment and the rights to get a CCW here in Nevada, and then I left. As I was leaving, I heard him say at the beginning of the class, this is a R-rated class, and I bust on everyone equally. Gilbert, who said he did not go to the event, told Newsweek, the slide that was used at the CCW class I was invited to but did not attend had no involvement whatsoever in adherent, and I condemn the blatant racism. So you put a slide up of a so-called gang member, a black person, pants sagging, head ragging, the whole bit, holding a gun sideways. And then you're talking about black people always having to shoot with the gun right side up, and we always have to lick the chicken grease off of our fingers. And we always have to aim at small children to ensure we actually hit another gang member, implying that all black people are criminals and gang members. Our small children, all right? Our children are all gang members, and this is why you should always aim at young children so you make sure to hit another gang member. All right? I need y'all to take down his name and take down his Twitter handle. All right? Nephi, his first name, Kaliki is his last name, Khaliki. Hold on. All right. All right. So, yeah, this is what we have to do. So, Eric Graham says, what? So our children are our targets? So our children are our targets. So this is what he's basically saying. Last time I checked, there are 4 or 5 gun ranges that I attended, and a few that I'm associated with, stop using human targets. So you can't even use a human, like pictures of humans in certain gun ranges. All right. After the Miami Police Department, the Sheriff's Department were busted using actual people that were in jail as targets, all right, at the gun range. All right. See, when this stuff turns to violence, then it's a whole different story. Nathaniel Lee L, that's one of the ways we can deal with it. Thank you very much, good bro. All right. So do you guys remember? I think it was Miami police were using black people on their targets. Now, these are black people that weren't dead. All right. These are black people that was in jail. North Miami police uses faces of black men as targets. These were men that were in jail. And the Miami Police Department decided to use their faces and shoot at them like for real. So they would print these out and take these to the range and shoot at black men all day. It's the Miami Police Department. Now I can give you 4 or 5 more examples of this throughout the country. All right. Exactly. If he feels that comfortable talking, using racist kind of tones and undertones and just blatant racism in front of such a large audience, I can only imagine what his private classes are like and what he's teaching gun owners. I'd like to find somebody that's taking one of this guy's classes. All right. North Miami Beach police are facing criticism for using mugshots of black suspects for target practice. One of the 6 bullet-riddled faces was the brother of a Florida national sergeant who was shocked when she arrived at the gun range after police snipers last month. According to this TV report, it says her brother had served 4 years in prison for a fatal drag race as a teenager, but turned his life around after he was released in 2004. North Miami Beach Police J. Scott Dennis defended his sniper team, which he said includes minority officers. So just because you have 1 or 2 black people in the room, all right, that may be some bootlicking handkerchief head Negroes that go along with this madness, you think you got the green light to make this happen. So let's flip it now. Let's say if we took some pictures of some white people and took them down to the range and blew them up and start shooting pictures of real white people that are still alive. All right? Using their faces and shooting them in the face. This would be cool. This would be, is this cool? Yeah, let's do that, Eric. Can anybody give me this dude's info? I'm gonna go take the class. Please, somebody give me this dude's info. LVGUN fights. Las Vegas gunfights. At LV is Twitter handle. At LV gunfights. At LV gunfights.
We're holding an AR-15 outside down the street, walking around scaring everybody. even wear this on airplanes. Because it's not because I'm ashamed of my culture. It's because my cousins may or may not have been involved in some shit. Kind of my fault, you know, that association's been made. So, all right. I'm not gonna make anybody nervous on the airplane. But when you get off, I'm putting it right back on. Look, I think racism is funny. Because in order to be a racist, you gotta be so ignorant. Because to me, racism is about fear. About, I fear you, so I want to try to control you, because I'm afraid that if you are left to your own devices, you will rise above me and you will be my ruler. Racism is fear. So I laugh because when somebody talks about some racist shit, I think they've revealed themselves in a way that's quite humorous to me. Wow, aren't you just a little bitch? We can solve racism in this country and then around the world, and then somebody say, well, finally everybody's not looked at for the race. And then they go apply for a job and they say, we don't have fat people. And somebody's gonna discriminate against us for one reason or the other. The point is for you not to give a shit. Live your life and do the best that you can, and to deal. Remember, there's no good guys and no bad guys, there's only situations. If you're looking for good guys and bad guys, you're gonna miss it every time.
No, don't want to watch it again. Jeff said there's a difference between making fun of racism and perpetrating it. Saying it to make sure there are a white person to blame for your problems is insulting. Yep. Michael Peck, obviously white, says very funny but sadly true. What's funny, Michael Peck, and what's sadly true about it? We shoot at children to make sure we shoot another gang member. Licking chicken grease off. I don't even eat chicken. So how is this true, Mr. Peck? He's white. Apparently he does not know this. Maybe learning his Caucasian will help his character. Middle Eastern people are white. The U.S. government decided that long ago. So the U.S. government decided that the people from the Middle East are white. So does he have an identity crisis going on here? If the government defines who we are and who you support that idea, you don't understand that this is the definition of systemic racism. If it's systemic racism, why are you buying into it? You mean to tell me you truly believe that all black people before shooting a gun have to lick chicken grease off their fingers? Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. Wow. All right. Wow. All right, talk to me, fam. I'm open. I'm only open for a few minutes for it, though. Mm. Hi. All right, family. Seth Marie shaking my damn head. Okay. When am I coming back to North Carolina? I'm planning that right now. Give me a call a little later on, Nathaniel. We'll talk about that, good bro. I just finished doing developing an urban tactical mindset, trying to get our minds right and wrapped around this whole idea. About gun safety, all right, and what we need to be doing, how we need to move, all right. And if we don't put together some kind of unified kind of force, I can honestly say, that speaks to things like this, yeah. So this is the Vegas CCW instructor, Nefi Kaliki. I'm going to put his information in the chat, and we'll make it happen from there. All right. All right, if you're just joining me, I'm about to check out of here, but if you're just joining me on IG, the Las Vegas CCW concealed carry, this event that was going on, this concealed carry weapons permit class, and this instructor, Nefi Kaliki, made controversial comments during an event in at the Clark County Library in April, a few weeks ago. Make sure there's a white person around so you have someone to blame for everything. I just want to know, these 4 points that I read that he made, what does this have to do with firearm safety? I want to talk to the firearms people out there. Black and Silver, let's talk, bro. Matter of fact, Black and Silver, hit me up tonight. Let's make it happen. I'm supposed to be coming to Dallas in June. I'm developing an urban tactical mindset in Dallas. It's easy for me to get down into Houston. All right. Okay. I just want y'all to know this idea of holding the gun this way, all right, was not invented by black people. We didn't do that until Hollywood came up with that. I'm gonna say that again. We weren't shooting like that until Hollywood came up with that. All right. And then deeper than that, if you start studying militaries and Secret Service, so to speak, and Mossad agents and other agents and agencies across the globe, that's how they train their officers and their agents to shoot. All right. So it's a common thing with the Israeli military and the Mossad agents to rather than racket your slide over the top, coming back this way, all right, they rack it this way. All right. So the firearm is clear, by the way. So to make fun of something like that, something that they put on us in Hollywood to glorify and glamorize gun violence, make the movies and, shove the movies down our throat. And then now for survival's sake in the hood, after William Cooper, you remember William Cooper. William Cooper said they were leaving trainloads. Hold on. William Cooper, right? William Cooper said they was leaving trainloads of firearms in the hood so black people can have access. Hold on. Y'all remember William Cooper. Let me share the screen with y'all. I know this conversation is going off to the right, but it's relevant to what we're talking about. How William Cooper and his book Behold the Pale Horse planted the seeds of the QAnon conspiracy theory. But we're not talking about the QAnon conspiracy theory right now. We talk about how William Cooper said they was leaving train loads, all right, train loads of guns. When they talked about when he talked about how the government in this book, Behold the Pale Horse, you have to get this book and read it. Not just get it, read it. This person says, I'm almost done with Behold the Pale Horse, which details a deep state control using school shootings, etc., as political motives to control the USA. Also very scary. A member commented on May 2018. All right. In this book, it talked about how they was leaving train loads of guns in the neighborhood. I wanted to find that direct quote from the book so you can read, but get the book and check it out. So William Cooper was dead on it in his book, Behold the Pale Horse. This is why they murdered William Cooper. These people, when you talk about trying to understand this dynamic, we don't operate in spaces that the Bill Coopers can operate in. You understand what I'm saying? In that case, I would say get the book, read it. I would say go on YouTube and pull up some of his talks. All right. Let me see. I'll have to find that quote some other time, but it was a very, very critical quote that William Cooper had gave us. Riri, what's going on with you? All right. So I hope this conversation will reach those that it needs to reach, especially the beautiful people and strong, courageous people that are in this firearms community that have gun clubs. Shout out to Tig, beautiful young lady that I met, serious about her business, takes care of her business in training women. I think I understand one of her goals was to train 1 million women. All right. If they would say this about Black people, imagine what they're saying about women. All right. And it's a very real dynamic. All right. That we have to deal with, especially Black women. All right. Mr. 217 Exchange, what's good with you, man? Mr. Dexter Jerome Piggins, what's happening, man? All right, did you see the information that I put up, sir? All right, one more time. Mr. Kaliki, who is a Nevada Firearms trainer. He has classes in firearms in Nevada, in Las Vegas. Nevada gun event makes racist jokes about firearm safety for Black people. A firearm instructor in Nevada held a racist segment during a concealed carry weapons event, telling Black people to lick the chicken grease off their fingers before shooting. These are the comments that he made, and yeah, always shoot the gun right side up Always lick the chicken grease off your fingers before shooting. Always make sure there's a right person around so you have someone to blame for everything that goes wrong in your life. And always aim for the small children to ensure you actually hit another gang member. Wow. All right, family. It's your brother, Professor Griff. I'm being, what do you call it? A lot more subdued so I can at least pass on the information in a way that you would get it and not just kind of, go on Professor Griff's emotion. All right. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, that's his name, Eric. If anybody get the information, I would go to Vase. I would take the class. I'll go take the class. I'll go talk to dude. So I think even further deeper than that, we need to kind of start doing a deeper dive. I talked about, I don't mean to prolong the show, but I talked about the idea of I think my book is up. I always say that, you know that? My book is upstairs. I find myself saying that a lot. My book is not down. Hold on, but it is. But it is. I'm in the process of reading this right now. The second, Carol Anderson. And you should get this book because if you do a simple search, let me look you in the face. Hold on. If you do a simple search, all right, first of all, look up Carol Anderson's book, The Second. It says Race and Guns in a Fatally Unequal America. All right, that's number one. Number two, you could do a simple search. Put in the racist origins of U.S. gun control. Racist origins of U.S. gun control. Racist origin of U.S. gun control. All right? Some of us are not on here to play. I didn't get into becoming a firearm instructor with USCCA and NRA, and I want to hear what they have to say about this. Not calling them out or calling them on the carpet, but I would just like to hear. See, this thing with this quote from William Cooper is plaguing my brain right now. But let me share my screen with you so I can show you the results. The racist origins. The racist origins of U.S. gun control. Laws designed to disarm slaves, freedmen, and African Americans. Look it up for yourself. There are laws designed to disarm slaves, freedmen, and African Americans. All right? This is nothing new. This is nothing new. I want to find out William Cooper quote, I swear. It's just I can't be on here and look it up at the same time. Give me a second. I gotta find this quote. This is killing me. Let me remember what William Cooper said. Leah Griff, 25. Slavery is over. Is that a question you're asking or a statement that you're making? And if slavery is over, prove it. Yeah, that was a question I posed to someone on Instagram. They said slavery is over. I just asked them to prove it. We have plenty of extremely skilled and knowledgeable instructors in our own 2A community. Just need to connect and get the proper training. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. Thank you, Doc. Really appreciate that. All right, it's going to kill me. I guess I got to bring it to y'all tomorrow. All right, Eric. All right, peace. Good, bro. Really appreciate you, man. All right. All right, it's going to plague my brain. I'll find it tonight, and I'll bring it up tomorrow. So tomorrow, I think I want to kind of deal with this idea of this, no, I shouldn't use that word. Violence is going on in America at an all-time high right now, and it almost seems like every time it's being reported on the news, it's always gun violence. Like no one else is getting killed with, getting hit upside the head with blunt objects, and no one's getting stabbed, run over by cars, falling off cliffs, choking, just natural causes. None of that's happening. Everybody's dying. Yeah. No. No. No, I'm not going to believe that. There was a gun range that was robbed, and 3 of the people were murdered here in Georgia. There was violence throughout the Easter weekend. And yeah, we're going to talk about some of these things yesterday and how I think they're connected and how it adds up in reference to an agenda. All right. So inshallah, I think I will see you tomorrow, and let's talk about it. Let's make it happen. All right, this is Professor Griff. Serious minds attract serious minds. Seriously. Thank you very much, Quan. All right, thank you, Eric. Nathaniel Lee. America has a violence problem. Yeah, not a gun problem. Exactly. That's how America got established. All right. All right, this is Professor Griff. Love y'all to life. I'll see y'all in a minute. All right. All right. Peace. Serious Minds Brain Tonic was created to sharpen the mind by protecting cells and increasing neurotransmitters associated with learning and memory. This is the Serious Minds Brain Tonic, the resurrection formula. This male reproductive tonic elixir is the resurrection you've been looking for. It is a stimulating sexual tonic with mild androgen-like effects that is nourishing to the reproductive system. You can order them at www.professorgriff.me and www.seriousmindsinstitute.com. Just call 678-557-2919. Your health is your wealth. Peace.
In today's climate, being safe is priority number one. With crime on the rise, we're all left with this magical question: how can I be safe and protect my family? Well, Professor Griff is offering a course that's similar to laser tag, but it's for adults. This safe and firearm-free course will train you in real-life scenarios so that you can avoid being a victim. This course is growing in popularity as a date night out. Add fun and excitement back into your love life, and the reviews are incredible. For more information, call this number below.